The horrible torture of an elderly woman in a nursing home caught on tape.
One of the women who committed the abuse has been tried and convicted. Now, for the first time, we are allowed to see the secret tape.
They say this is proof of why everyone should put a camera in the room if they have a loved one in a nursing home. The hidden camera video begins with nursing home aide Lucy Gukanka shoving latex gloves into the mouth of 96-year-old Aretha Mayberry. The tape goes on to show the two workers tapping Mayberry on the back of the head, taunting her, jerking her out of her wheelchair, then shoving her head apparently to get her to lay down. This is the first time the three sisters have seen the tape since they discovered the initial abuse.
I think it's very sad that anybody would have to go through this, especially our mother.
Mayberry had dementia and couldn't remember what happened to her. Her daughters originally put the camera in their mother's room at the Quail Creek nursing home because they suspected someone was stealing from her. Kukanka pled guilty to abuse and neglect by a caretaker and was sentenced to 2 years in jail. The other worker, Caroline Kishka, a Nigerian citizen, is on the run. Mayberry died 5 months ago, but advocates say this video gives her and other possible victims a voice.
Probably there are a lot of other people in nursing homes that are receiving this treatment.
It's so wrong. It's just so wrong.
This is what Camille Parent is referring to. Hidden video showing a female employee at St. Joseph's at Fleming shoving a feces-covered cloth in his mother's face. Helen McDonald has advanced Alzheimer's and would not remember this incident minutes after it happened, just as she didn't remember when she was assaulted by other residents on a number of other occasions. The video, taken over about a 3-week time span, also shows staff blowing their nose on her sheets and then making her bed with them.
They talk about compassionate care, loving, respect, dignity, and they say all the right things. So you place them there. You feel you trust them with your parents' life.
And then there's the wandering. Other residents constantly roaming in and out of Helen's room, going through her drawers and sometimes helping themselves. And then there's this.
They're always saying it's fault. Now, if my mother ended up with black and blue marks on her arms from what you saw on a film, they would say, oh, she probably fell down, or she probably... Will that person be arrested? Society respects our elders.
What is elder abuse? People have to remember that abuse does not only pertain to physical abuse. The Administration for Community Living states that some other forms of abuse include physical, emotional, sexual, abandonment, financial abuse such as fraud, and also neglect. The scariest thing about this occurrence is that elderly abuse is only bound to go up. As a matter of fact, in the United States, the 2010 census recorded the greatest number of people 65 and older, which is about 40.3 million, or 13% of the total population. The boomer generation effect will continue for decades. With the recent baby boomer generation coming to fruition, there will only be more and more elderly occupying our homes, and most families will need new ways to take care of our elderly. Family members may have to settle and put their own family members into a nursing home. But how can we trust these nursing homes when elderly abuse is still going on? The National Center for Elder Abuse states, signs of elder abuse may be missed by professional workers with elderly because of lack of training on detecting abuse. The elderly may be reluctant to report abuse themselves because of fear of retaliation, lack of physical or cognitive ability to report, such as dementia or Alzheimer's, or because they don't want to get the abuser in trouble. According to an article on NPR, published on November 15, 2015, by Shefali Luthra, Abuse of older people affects at least 10% of older Americans. Elder abuse can happen to residents in nursing homes or those living with family members. The young old are more vulnerable because they're living with a spouse or adult children, and those two groups are most likely to be abusers. If unchecked, elder abuse increases risk of death and can result in long-term harm. Elder abuse puts its victims in the hospital as well as the emergency room, and it also increases their odds of physical and mental illness. In an article published on the Illinois Nursing Home Abuse blog on November 10, 2015, it states, "Negligence may occur for a number of reasons. Not enough experienced personnel or lack of training can be partially to blame. Understaffing is often a problem at nursing facilities, leaving caregivers to provide careless treatment. Regardless of that reason, careless treatment is negligent. We should have faith in the nursing homes that we put our family members in. We should be able to go in there trusting that every elderly person in that nursing home gets the proper time and care and consideration that every human needs." Alexis and I went to North San Antonio Senior Care, a nursing home in Upland, to conduct an interview with one of the caregivers named Joe.
First, what kind of activities and programs do you offer your the residents here?
Puzzle,
Oh, puzzles.
Puzzles,
puzzles,
walking around.
I saw. Okay.
and then go the tree for avocado, orange, the backyard.
Okay. Do your residents here? Do they seem happy and do they enjoy it here?
Oh yeah, he like this place.
Really quickly, what exactly do you do as a caregiver? Like, what do you do? Like, what are some of the
change diaper
change up
and lifting.
Provide daily needs for them.
Oh, okay.
Daily care needs.
Providing daily care
needs because sometimes.
When you were hired here, did they do any kind of background check, like screening? Did they do that for your interview, or?
Yeah, the fingerprint, TB test, skin test.
Oh, wow.
I'm apply here.
They're like friends with the people who stay here?
Oh yes,
Yes? Oh, that's nice.
like family together.
In closing, we should never be negligent to those who took care of us as we were growing up. We are not well equipped enough to take care of the elderly day and night, especially in a fast-moving economy where everyone needs to be working. We have to put our trust in these nursing homes that we put our elders into. Yes, we may be hesitant at first because of the abuse that may go on, but we as a society must find a way to combat this issue. And the best way to do this is get informed about the nursing homes that are around your area. Get to know the people that are taking care of the elderly, as well as the other senior citizens they are living with. It also helps to know the signs. One of these include the senior citizens constantly arguing with the caregiver, visible bruises or scars on the senior citizens, or changes in personality or behavior from the elder. It is important to keep people informed that elderly abuse is still a huge social issue and it should not be taken for granted. Remember what your parents taught you. Always, #respect your elders. And remember, it's our turn to care.